Hey everyone, we are still in the midst of the hurricane at the moment. It's all the noise you can hear in the background. It's still raining. We're up to about 15 inches of rain, but I want to take this time to throw this video together of the Coronet getting moved indoors. So hopefully we'll get to work on this thing in the near future. But here's the video of how we finally got it out from where it's been sitting and getting it to get on that lift right there. Hope you enjoy it. Well, it seems perfectly logical since the little Mustang is already sitting here and the Duramax is way back there that we'll just use the Mustang to tow this beast out of here. We've got a trusty tie-down cable, which should be plenty, and I actually found the keys, so let's see if this little four-cylinder Fox body can pull this big B body out of here. Okay, well, looks like we have to burn it. I'm not getting in there with that spider web. Okay, next project. Never mind. It's perfectly fitting that a four-cylinder Fox body has a trailer hitch, right? And it's the good one. It's done correctly. Okay, let's see. Frame rail. What do we got down here? Oh, plenty of frame rail holes, right? Look at that. All new trunk floor, all new quarter panels with some spider crap on them. Alright, I'm curious to see if this thing can even move this thing. Well, the Mustang was able to pull it out here into the driveway no problem, and it's pretty much downhill all the way to the shop. We still have to move one of those trucks down there, but I say that's viable. Mustang tow vehicle is viable. Okay, looks like we did the right thing and covered up the carburetor last year. Distributor wires are still here. Means we had no mice. We got battery cables. And let's see, fuel line. So yeah, shouldn't be but a few minutes to have this thing puffing smoke, right? Forgot about the 255, 45, 20s I had in here all year, damn it. And I'm pretty sure the trunk is completely full of parts. Well, that one's not long enough. I raided the kids' toolbox and found this one. Oh yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Let's see, marker lights. Multiple sets of bumper guards, glove box door, broken console, forgot about that. Door cards are pretty junk, but all the important Coronet 500 wood trim is all here. Splash pans, all the chrome trim, interior plastic, sun visors. There's a lot of good stuff in here. You can see this car was pretty rusty in the past. Still a little bit there. It does have new trunk floor, new quarters. The bottom of this trunk lid is going to have to be completely redone. It's starting to come back through. We'll get some better epoxy primer on this thing before we start on it. It's finally starting to come through, which it's been 20 some years, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't kept it inside. I've had it 2 years, and I don't have enough room. But no worries, we can fix that. We haven't started this thing in at least a year. July marks 2 years since we've owned it, and I did get it yard running. It had like one front corner brake, and the transmission, you needed to rev it up to go. I think it was super low on fluid. So we're gonna take just a minute, and we're gonna check fluids. Power steering is bone dry. Oil. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, that's promising. Smells a lot like fuel. Let's see. Keep this covered for now. There's a lot of wasps flying around here, so Mopar, there's the transmission dipstick way down here. This is what I think was leaking all over my floor last year. Oh. It says it's full, but of course, check when hot, idling in neutral. I'm sure it'll need fluid once that pump starts pumping. Let's see if there's anything in it. Oh yeah, there's liquid in there. It'll be fine. What else? Our compressor's here. Of course, it's open. All the components have been open, but we have all the components. I have the condenser, all the lines, so at least we can restore and replace. Or I think the vintage air kits fit now too. We have non-power drum brakes, we have power steering. A lot of stuff happening over here. This must be the kick down. It's not hooked up. If you recall back to the video where we bought this car, the previous owner took it in on trade. He was restoring the car on the side with his son, and they were going to make it a plum crazy Super Bee, hence all the plum craziness under the hood. And the Super Bee hood, which is super cool there. Unfortunately, that's illegal. You can't do that, especially he was going to put the trim tags on it and everything. So he found out that was illegal, elected not to do that, and then some really tragic stuff happened in his family that we don't want to talk about, and we ended up with the car 22 years later. So it's been sitting this primer for a long time. I'm to the point where if you look really close, it's starting to crack up. So we're gonna have to sand all this off, unfortunately. But we've got a really solid car to start with. You can see he added quarter panels. Lots of repairs. But this is all factory rally red. That's a original tire pressure sticker. All rally red underpinnings here. You got rally red underneath the black overspray of the door frame. Pretty sure when you go into there, it's all rally red too. Is it gonna stay rally red? Not sure. So what do we got here? Chrysler Premium Price Group. 23 is 2-door hardtop. L is the 2-barrel 383 big block. 1970. G is St. Louis, and it's a very early car. 111524. Kind of like our Plum Crazy car over there. Very early in the production year, which put it built in late 69. So this is an August 1969 car. And you can see the numbers all match here. As well as on the body and the engine and the transmission. We validated the numbers when we bought it, even though we don't have a fender tag, which is really brutal. Unfortunately, the owner says he had them, but he's never been able to produce them, so it lets us restore the car the way we want, right? We've already determined we need some fluids. Now the next step is to get these hideous 17-inch Mustang wheels over here. They don't really fit right, as the center bore is not big enough. They were good for yard rolling. And I think a lot of our mag lug nuts ended up back here on the back. I'm gonna need those. If I'm not mistaken, this car still has the reversed threads on the other side. That's why they're there. We got our 14-inch dish mag slots. We got a 7-inch in the front, 8-inch in the back. 225/70/14. I'm not sure what the back ones are, but they're definitely deeper on the lip. This is something cool I found. Who knows how long that's been in the back of that 74 Corvette up there. We're doing EFI, Dakota digital gauges, and paint job on that car. Very rare blue interior 74. We're doing a full video on that car in the near future, but when's the last time you saw one of these? A Firestone steel belted GR7015 bias ply. Look at that. That's super cool. So if you're going to use dish mags, make sure you're using the right lug nuts. They take like a half shank. These are like a weld drag light. These are like a dish mag, and then you have the typical acorn, and you can see the L right on that for left-hand threads. Which is going to make this interesting because I don't know if I have any. Okay, I say that is a step in the right direction there. Already looking cooler. Of course, I only have 2 lug nuts on these left-hand threads. I only had 4, so we have to up our lug nut game. Attempt to fight the locusts or whatever the hell that is this morning and get this thing running. So we got the battery charged overnight. Prime this thing up with a little fuel. Let's see if she'll crank over. Car still has the factory single exhaust of the 383 2-barrel. Look at that, no smoke. That's a good sign. I would love to know if we had oil pressure, but there's no gauges. Alright, that's going to be enough for now. Okay. Clutch fan's working. I don't see any meltdown signs anywhere. Not bad for sitting for a year, huh? Okay, so it run. Let me show you this. This is pretty cool. Yesterday I got the rear quarter glass installed for the first time ever. And this is Original glass. And I just can't believe how nice this is. This is 60,000 original mile tinted glass, and it is gorgeous. That one is down inside. This one wasn't in the car. I lost the handle. There it is. So, look at that. Perfection. Everything works. Some, I think these are oil pan bolts. Works perfectly. That's, I'm assuming the guy who did the quarter panels pulled those bolts out to drop the glass low enough to do the body work. And of course I didn't get the bolts, so I think those are either timing cover or oil pan bolts from small block Chevy, but they worked perfectly to get that door set up. That was the goal, get it running, make sure it's still a good candidate for rebuild, which it looks like it is. We will try to work on this a little bit more in the future. It's gonna need some body work. I was knocking the surface rust off the corners yesterday. She's just been sitting for at least 2 years outside. Not really outside. She was in here for like 8 or 9 months, and then she's been under that cover for 3 or 4 months. It was only outside for a couple months, and it was covered, and it was in the summer. But anyway, the Coronet runs. Yes.